Hi guys, so today I'll be doing a video on a couple tips to go thrifting. I know I post a lot of thrift hauls and some people don't even know, go thrifting. So I figured, let me give you guys tips about how to go thrifting. Let's get into it. The first thing I would say to go thrifting, to be worried about what you're wearing. To some people that might seem silly because you're going shopping. It doesn't really matter what you're wearing. I mean, getting new clothes to go there. But when you go to a thrift store, some thrift stores don't have dressing rooms. And so you kind of have to, if you want to try something on, you got to pull it over that. This is really easy if you're a girl. But if you're a guy, then you're kind of on the issued side. Unless you're wearing leggings or something like that, I mean, then you're good. But for girls, I would so totally recommend getting out your thinnest pair of leggings and then just wearing those. But if it's cold outside like it is now, I mean it's winter time, then I would suggest get some. I have my trusty red velvet pair of leggings I usually like to wear when I'm going thrifting, because they not only keep the heat in because they are velvet, but they also look stylish, so I can just rock my style where I'm going outside with them. And then for your tops, because some people like trying on shirts and you don't really want to take off your shirt, I would say wear a flannel with a tank top or a t-shirt under it, so you can easily just take off the flannel but you still be warm under your coat because it's cold outside. But for guys, I would totally suggest if you're cold wearing leggings, go and wear your Meggings. I think that's what they're called. Or if you're a guy, I would suggest I don't know, because I'm not a guy. I would suggest that you wear your tightest pair of jeans. That sounds a little weird because some guys don't like wearing skinny jeans. If you're a guy, I feel like it's not masculine or whatever because of me. Or you could just not try on the pants. And most guys usually know what size they wear, but when it comes to girl pants, you have to try on the certain ones, and it might not be your right size, and even though it's your size usually. But when it comes to guys, they usually fit in their sizes. So I mean, as long as you know your waist size and everything, as long as you know what kind of pants you should get, you're good if you're a guy. But if you're a girl, I would totally suggest you wearing leggings, because I usually will wear one size, and then when I go to the thrift store, sometimes I get a lower size, and it might not be the same thing for every single pair of jeans. The next thing I would say is, not everybody in the store is friendly. Some of them are very creepy people. That's one of the things, when you're going to a thrift store, I would totally suggest you to stay in. If you bring someone with you, if it's your first time, I would totally recommend you having someone with you, because the environment in general is just kind of off-putting if you're by yourself. But if you go with someone else, you feel confident because you know that one person there. So if some creepy guy looking at you from across the aisle, which pretty sure will happen. I mean, it's like the library. There's always that creepy group of men in the library. They're watching porn, and you're just like, don't look at that way. Let's go to this books. Kind of like that. It's always that one creepy. It's usually not many. It's only one every time I go. Like usually one there, sometimes two. It's mainly the older ones, which is kind of weird. I mean, old guys creeping you out. Who would have thought? But yeah. So be aware of, sometimes people are going to be really weird there, so don't be flashing your tits in a store, because not good. I mean, I'm pretty sure you won't be flashing anyway, but when you're trying on certain things, be very aware of your surroundings, because there are some very creepy people there. When you go to the thrift store, there will be a lot of dirty things there. You might be when I first went there, for my first couple of times going there, I just really wanted to wash my hands. That seems so weird, but when you usually, even if you're your job is the dirtiest thing in the world, so you clean up poop for a living, when you go to a thrift store, it just seems weird, because you're getting clothes, and usually your clothing experiences aren't with a bunch of seemingly dirty clothes. Sure, they wash them before they put them in there, but like yourself, you're trying on those pair of clothes, and it's like with anything. I feel like when you go shopping, you don't know if someone tried those pants on before you, so you're kind of apprehensive about touching them. But when you go to the thrift store, it seems all dusty and everything, because certain things are from extremely long ago, and so they're very old clothing. So I would totally recommend you having your personal hand sanitizer or those little wipes, and not put your fingers on your face at all. I mean, even if you blow your nose, you better wash off your hands with some hand sanitizer before you do that, because you were instantly, it's just not a good feeling to touch something in the store and then something on your face. I mean, some thrift stores, even the cleanest ones, are still kind of, you know, off-putting, because even when you go to like say if I'm going to Forever 21, you know those clothes were made for the store. If you go to the thrift store, those clothes were made for a different store, and then somebody else wore them that you don't know who they are, and then now you're about to wear them. So the whole thing can seem kind of weird, but you'll get used to it after a while. Like I personally, the whole idea of buying the clothes isn't that bad as long as you wash them, which brings me on to my next tip, is to definitely always wash your clothes before you actually, you know, go outside and wear them somewhere. Like I'm going to a party, I'm really going away for a party. Make sure you wash it. I mean, I understand if you're trying to get something really quick to go out that night, but you gotta prepare your time up together to wash those clothes, because who knows who could have tried those on, what they were, and you know, you don't know anything about that. Which brings me on to my next tip. Never, ever, ever buy underwear from a thrift store. I mean, like, I don't care if that's like the bomb diggity pair of underwear you have ever seen in your life. Don't ever do it. I bought a bathing suit from there once, but I definitely let it be known that I washed that thing a lot after I got it, because I mean, don't buy any underwear from a thrift store unless you like the idea of the fact that someone else's privates have been in the same place your privates have been, and you guys aren't dating. Like, that's a big step. I'm just saying. Next step. Next tip would be to, if you're going to a thrift store and you're buying the shoes, in your shoe section, so you want a pair of shoes, you want to check them out, always check out these certain parts. The sole, the tongs, and the shoestrings. The sole, especially because sometimes the sole can be very fragile. The reason why someone gave them away could be because of they were, you know, dangling off, and they were just like, well, I'll just give it away, blah, 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 I don't really need them anymore, I mean, it's already broken. So you don't know about that. The shoestrings, because, I mean, even though you can get new shoestrings, be prepared to possibly get new ones if you're going to get them, because sometimes the shoestrings can be tattered off, or they can just be nasty, and you just don't want them anymore, or those can be shoestrings where they're white shoes, and they've already been washed 15 times, and the stain is still not out. So you definitely have to figure out that out. And I say the tongue where the part is, because sometimes it can be ripped off in the bottom part of it, or you know, anything can be wrong with these shoes. So definitely check out your shoes, especially the inside sole too, because that can be messed up towards the toe areas, which is another reason somebody could have probably given them away. And so I would definitely check out that. But all in all, I think the shoes are the safest thing to get. Yeah, so I mean, the whole idea of going to the thrift store is pretty, you know, hazardous. But I think if you just focus on the certain things, you know, what things that probably wouldn't be broken, or you wouldn't even think about checking if you're in a regular store, check it out there. And then one thing I would definitely say is when you go to the thrift store is, if you're getting jeans, always check out the inner thigh and the bottom part of the pants towards the end of the cuffs, because in the inner thigh, the person could have gave them away because the thigh was running out, and so they were just like, you know, I mean, the thigh is messing up, so I'm just going to give it to the thrift store, give it away to charity or something like that, which usually does happen. So when I go past the jeans, before I look for how they look or anything like that, I go by feel. I don't even look at the jeans. I just go across, and then when I feel a nice pair of jeans that are like, you feel like they were made wonderfully, like not any of the new jeans you would probably get from Forever 21, but I mean like some nice Levi's or some nice, you know, whatevers. Then you just go past them and you just feel them out, and then when you feel a pair of jeans that are just really nice and tough texture, then you look at them and then, you know, you figure out if you like the style, or if you like if the inner thigh isn't ran out, or you know, not too like janked up. Then, you know, you check out the certain parts. But one of the first things you need to check out is the texture of the fabric or anything like that. I mean, I'm not saying to just not look at any of the pants and just keep going through it, because you might find some nice leggings in there, or you might find some nice jogging pants in there that you really like. I mean, because jogging pants are going to be hard. That's, I mean, like all these things, and just go by you know, the feel of it and what you're looking for in the thrift store. The biggest tips of this whole video is to be aware of everything, because there are going to be a lot of weird things there, a lot of weird items that you probably were really digging, and then you saw the fact that it had big old stain on the back of it, then you're just like, ah, now you already bought it, and so you can't really give it back, because that's another thing about thrift stores. Some thrift stores give you an exchange, and some people just like, oh, you can back donate it, but you won't get your money back. So sorry, but you know, that's a lot of things. You just gotta check it out in the thrift store. And so that concludes this video. If you have any more questions about going thrifting, then just leave them down below in the comment section, and I would definitely answer them, because I have a lot of tips about going to thrift store, but I feel like if I continue to talk about them, this video will be way too long. I can't stop. Yeah, but I feel like this video will be way too long, so make sure that you leave me all your questions in the comment section. All my links are in the description box always. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up, and if you haven't already and you would like to, please subscribe to my channel, because there'll be more videos, maybe a thrift haul video coming up, and you can see some of my finds and, you know, things I find in the thrift store, which I find, like, you know, I feel like I find some good things in there. So just check out the description box always. There's a lot of links, a lot of awesome links there. I hope you have a bomb sexy day or night whenever you're watching this video, and I see you next Thursday, and peace. And then that brings me on to my next. I keep saying that brings me on, that brings me on, that brings me on. Well, you know, it brings me on. That sounds really weird.